On tonight's episode, we're going to be making baked sweet potato chips, and they couldn't be simpler. Let me show you how it's done. Now, the first thing we're going to do is slice our sweet potato. Now, you don't need to have a fancy slicer like this guy, but it certainly helps. You could easily use a food processor, even just a really sharp knife if you have the patience and a steady hand. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy sliced up. So here we have it, very nice, thinly sliced sweet potatoes. Next up is seasoning. So the first thing we're going to do is top these with about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of olive oil, and then mix in whatever kind of seasoning you want. I'm using a mix of salt and garlic and pepper for these guys. And then you want to just mix these really well to make sure every slice is coated with both the oil and whatever seasoning you're going to be using. Next step is to lay these out on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Alright, now you want to keep these to a single layer, so these extra guys will go on a second sheet. You're then going to want to bake these at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, flipping them at the halfway mark. After that 20 minutes, they might be done, they might not be done. If they're not, you're going to want to watch them about every few minutes or so, just to make sure that they get crispy, but that they don't get burned. And that's it. 20 minutes is all it took for my sweet potatoes to get nice and crispy. Now the great thing about these is you can season them any way you want. We used a more kind of savory, salty mix, but you could easily use something else. You could even use like cinnamon to make it a little bit more sweeter. Any way you want to go, you can't go wrong. They're a little sweet, a little savory, a little salty. Overall, pretty delicious. See you next time.